This is India's treasure, India's asset. I was a bit disturbed that such beauty is going to be destroyed. I was like, more and more people should experience this. I don't think people understand, certainly the government doesn't understand. You're not going to be able to recover this once it's gone.
Some tribal people came to see me and they said, listen, we want you to go to the Andaman Nicobar Islands and we want you to see what is going on, the ecological damage that is going on in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I've always had a sense that when someone is telling me, come and see what's going on, I always like to go and see with my own eyes. So on this trip, we went to the Andamans and the Nicobar. We spent a day in the Andamans. And the Andaman Islands, we went for a scooter ride. Okay, we met the locals there, we spoke to them. We met the tourists there, we had a chat with them as well. We are 100% on board with pushing and developing facilities for ecologically balanced tourism in the Andaman Islands. So I went to the Nicobar Islands, and to put it in perspective, we landed at INS Baaz and they said, listen, we're going to go to the site of this project. Imagine that you're driving straight in a car for 40 minutes in the most pristine forest. That's the size of the project that they're building. Now what is the plan? The plan is you cut these thousands and thousands of trees and you illegally ship them out and you make billions and billions of dollars, and you use that money to build your hotels, your casinos and your little real estate play. That's what's going on. 161 square kilometers. Please understand this. This is 4 times New Delhi. Okay? And they're building this project in the most pristine ecological environment this country has. And they're snatching away the land from people who are made to settle there, and they're snatching away the land from tribals. Now, INS Baaz, which is the navy base that the Congress party has built, for 5 years has been asking for an expansion. If you want to make an argument, or you want to make a military argument, then absolutely expand INS Baaz. Make it as big as you want. Okay? And by the way, there is no need to cut rainforest in INS Baaz. I've seen it. Because around INS Baaz, there is plenty of land that you can expand. INS Baaz is also on the coast. The point is that they want to help Mr. Adani. And these criminals are hiding behind the navy, behind the forces, to steal Indian land. That's what's happening. They're saying they want to build a port, a transshipment port. It's a non-starter because they are already building a port in Kerala, which is on the mainland. So that's the first lie. The second point, please explain to me, where do hotels, rest houses come in to the defense of our country? How are they correlated? The other lie that they're telling is that this forest has 145 trees a hectare, which is basically a lie. This forest has 145 trees in a few meters, not a few hectares. The problem is you want to steal 1.5 crore trees, each of which cost 3 lakh rupees, and fund your own little real estate play. That's the problem. So don't give me this nonsense about defense of India. Every single BJP person who's spreading this is trying to protect Mr. Adani and his interests and his link with the Prime Minister of India. Let me repeat it. You want to build the best defense facility. INS Baaz has been asking for the last 5 years for expansion. Give them full right of expansion. Allow them to expand as much as they want. There's no need to destroy any rainforest over there. You can give them the best equipment. You can scale their base up as much as we want. We will support you 100%. We don't want Mr. Adani sitting in Nicobar Islands. So there are two communities that stay there. Number one, the tribals, who are the original owners of this land and who lived on this land. And second, the settlers. These are ex-military people from the Indian Defence Forces who were sent there by the Indian government to make an Indian presence, to make a presence of our own people on the islands. Now, their land is just being taken away without any fair compensation.
फादर क्या करते थे?
फादर आर्मी में था,
अच्छा।
फौज में। तो वहाँ से हम सेटलमेंट होके यहाँ हमको लाया गया। आज यहाँ पर इस तरह हाल में है, क्या कर सकता है? तो बताइए क्या करना है, यहाँ कैसे जिए?
हम कोई मदद करते, ठीक है?
जी।
आप घबराइए मत।
A trick was played on the tribals. They went and made them sign NOCs. These people didn't know what they were signing, and they have forcibly made them give away their own land without asking them, without going into the procedures of the Forest Rights Act. You know, whenever someone comes to me and says, "Oh, I just went for a holiday and I went to the ocean or to the seaside," I always tell them that no, you actually haven't seen the sea. Then the reason I say that is because when I was about 16 years old, I went to the Andaman Nicobar Islands, and for the first time, I saw a sea that I had never ever seen. Completely blue, clear, transparent water. You could look down, 50, 60, 70 feet, and you could see the bottom of the sea. For many years, for me, that was what was the sea. We went to Barren Island for a dive, which was absolutely fantastic.
It's a little advanced, I would say. Challenging lifestyle. And I got to know you're an advanced diver and used to take
I'm a dive
photos. Oh.
I became a dive master in college.
I really enjoyed diving for 2 or 3 reasons. One is it's technical. If you are an experienced diver, you're generally diving on the edge. You're diving close to where risk is. So I like that aspect of it. It's like another planet. The fish are doing their own thing. Each one has its own little sphere. They're fighting with each other. They're running from each other. They're friendly. So it's a completely different universe. It's a beautiful universe. In fact, pretty much anybody who's seen it with his own eyes is hooked. So for me, swimming or diving or free diving are going back to your origins and being comfortable in your roots. And that's how I think about forests or animals or jungles. This is not something that is detached from us. This is part of us. I learned this from the tribals. One day I was having a conversation with some tribal people and I asked them, why are you getting so upset if they're cutting trees? And one of the tribal ladies says to me, you don't understand, but when they cut trees, it's as if they're cutting us. It's as if they're cutting my own stomach. And that's actually the reality. Because what people don't realize is when you go around cutting trees, when you go around killing animals, you're actually cutting yourself. And you might not see the consequences of this immediately, but you will see the consequences of it 10 years, 15 years, 20 years later. Certainly your children and their children are going to see the consequences.
Also, the thing is, in our philosophy, unlike the Western philosophy, you can listen to the sea, you can talk to the sea. In Western philosophy, the sea is something to be exploited, something to be used, something to be conquered. In our philosophy, you are the sea.